Okay guys, so today I'm going to answer Admiral Funkos challenge to show you 5 pops that inspire me. So let's get started. Alright guys, so for my first one, this was a little bit difficult, okay? I feel like I'm cheating a little bit by choosing some of these, but you can decide on your own. Alright guys, so the first one is from the Chicago Blackhawks, Jonathan Toews. Jonathan Toews is known as Captain Serious, and that's pretty much how my entire sporting life has been. I never really played it as a game. I don't think really ever. I took everything really serious and everything really as a hardcore competition, and I just wanted to be the best. I wanted to be the best that I possibly could be at everything. Now that I've gotten older, I realize I should have enjoyed it a little bit more, and I'm hoping that he's enjoying it. But for me, everything was a struggle, everything was a battle, everything was just spring breaks, Christmas breaks, every single kind of break. I was either in the gym, on the practice rink, practicing playing hockey. It was all the time on the street. All my off time was spent doing that. If it wasn't that, it was doing some other kind of training or some other kind of everything, and it really just ruled my life for a good part of almost 20 years. So this guy right here, known as Captain Serious, I was a captain of a lot of my teams. I held everyone accountable for everything that they did. I really worked hard at everything. So that's maybe why I chose him, because I really just tried really hard at everything and was serious about, well, sports growing up. And I just never really took it lightly. And I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed every second. But I wanted to win in the competition of me being serious and wanting to win, and not, everybody else was kind of joking around where I was being really serious. So that's kind of why I chose him. So for my second one, it would be Captain America. Captain America, at first, he was really small, and for me, I'm not that big of a guy. To be playing athletics, I played up in age divisions pretty much my entire life when I was playing hockey, and then when I was playing any other sport. I guess maybe because I worked harder than everyone else, and I was good. I wasn't great. I'm never gonna say I was ever great or excellent or all world in anything. But he was small, got big, got people to believe in him, and not only that, but I really just wanted to, I guess, not necessarily fit in. Where Steve Rogers really wanted to be in the military, he really wanted to fight for his country. I did as well. Just didn't go my way. It went his way. There was no serum that could help me. But I'm glad it did for him. At least in the comic books, we're getting mythical in real life. But also he always fights to do the right thing and doesn't cut corners, because he doesn't want to go against his integrity. Which for me, I have a lot of integrity. I always stick by the rules and stick by everything at work and whatnot. I've never taken the shortcut to really anything in life. And that's kind of what Steve Rogers or Captain America did. He just worked really hard and never cut corners. And even if it meant not winning, he didn't cut corners, and that was okay. So to me, that's okay. So the third one is AJ Styles. Now, AJ Styles, once again, this is another guy that was undersized, like me, and right now he's probably the best at his profession, arguably. So that's kind of why I chose him, because his entire life he was undersized, just like I was. To give you a little bit of backstory on me, guys, I was born with a trach in my neck right here. And now it's gone, because when I was about 4 or 5 years old, I ripped it out of my neck, and flush it down the toilet. So that's a little bit of an outlook on what I was like growing up. I wasn't that bad. But for him, he was always undersized. He was always told he wasn't going to be able to do it. For me, that's how I grew up until I was about 5 years old. I couldn't swim. I had to be watched when I slept to make sure that I didn't die because, you know, I'd choke on something and, you know, that'd be it. But my entire life, you know, from that age, I wasn't even supposed to make it past the age of 2, maybe 3 years old. And there I am now in my mid to late 30s, I guess you would call it. I'm 37. Living my life as well as I possibly can. I mean, I don't have any side effects or any side effects or anything like that from the trach not being there, other than, you know, just the scar, and, you know, it's a little tender every now and then because there's a hole there. It's not closed, you know. Besides the front skin, it's not closed up. But anyway, so in other words, that's kind of why he inspires me, because no matter how much you're told you're too small and you can't do something, he did it anyway, and he defied what everyone was telling him and what every promotion that said he wasn't good enough or he wasn't big enough and he wasn't hulky enough and everything else. And he just kind of did what he wanted to do, and he said, if it's meant to be, I'll find my way there. That's kind of how I am now. I'm living my life not as I go. It's planned, you know, we got a plan, but hard work pays off. So in the end, hard work paid off, and, you know, he's in the big promotion now, whether, you know, you want to believe it or not. It is. It's not a small promotion. It's a very big one. And he just worked hard and didn't let anyone tell him that he was too small and not good enough to do something, and that's kind of how I did. A lot of people said I was too small, that I was 5'7". I was 100 and I'd say 50, 60 pounds. And I've played all over the world. I've played ice and roller hockey all over the world, and I loved every second of it. I didn't let anyone tell me that I wasn't good enough or that I wasn't big enough or I didn't have enough skill, because you know what, guys, in the end, hard work pays off. All those times I spent on the weekends training and working some more, spring breaks, everything, I just worked my ass off. And in the end, hard work pays off. Fourth one, Thor. So, now, Thor was a different, interesting one to me, and it resonated with me when he was, when it was Infinity Wars and he was talking to Rocket when they're on their way to get the new weapon. He told Rocket, I've lived to be, what, 1,500 years old, and I'm still here, and I've got to be here for a reason. And just his sheer will is why he's still around. For me, that resonated with me a lot. Like I said before, I'm not even supposed to be here right now. So I take that as a blessing, and also part of am I here for something great? Am I here for something really good? I'm not sure. But what I'm sure of is that I'm still here. So since I'm here, make the best of it, make the most of it. Try to live your life and take care of your friends and take care of the people around you. And that's what I really love. Like, my friends and my family, I'll give you the shirt off my back, the last $20 I have in my pocket, if it means that you're going to be happy and I got to suffer just a tad bit. That's okay with me. That's how I live. That's how I've been. I've always been give to others and care about myself second. I don't know if that's a good thing, if that's a flaw or whatnot, but that's how I am. I'm always looking out for someone else before I'm looking out for myself. I'm always looking out for someone else's well-being, and that brings me to the last guy on the list. It would be Drew Brees. Once again, another guy said they were undersized, but I'll tell you right now, this guy cares more about his teammates and cares more about everyone else than he does himself. I understand that I don't know him personally, but from what I perceive and everything, that would be my perception of it, so we're just going to go with that. So the reason why Drew Brees inspires me It's not just because he was small and he's undersized for his position, but he also cares about everyone else before himself. The Drew Brees Foundation is a great foundation. I've given money to them as well because he cares about the city. He cares about other people. He went to New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina when no one wanted to be there. Trust me, guys, I didn't want to be there. So, but this guy right here resurrected a city almost by himself. So that's why he inspires me, because he cared more about other people than he did himself. He wasn't being selfish. I am not a selfish person, guys. I have given things to people and not expected anything back. I mean, if I do, great. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things. It's material. It's, you know, it might be a few dollars or this or that. For me, it'll all come back to me in the end, and it's fine. And if it doesn't, that's okay too, because it made me feel good to do something nice. I've been known just to buy things for people, or send them, or get them a card, or something like that, just because I want to show them that I care, and that I'm there for them. You don't know how far a, hey, how's your day going, will go until you ask someone, how's your day going? Or how can I help? Or I'm just here to listen. So guys, that's kind of how I am and what inspires me. That's just me. You know, I understand the challenge that was given to me. Things that inspire me is me. I mean, yeah, I understand these things are very cool, and I can look at them and, you know, you can twist it whatever way you want and, you know, find something that inspires you. But every day I wake up, I look in the mirror and I say, hey, you know what? Today's going to be a good day. And that's it. I'm trying to stay as positive as possible. I understand sometimes I know I get negative. My wife tells me I get negative sometimes. But the whole thing is, I know bad stuff happens. You know, I lived through Hurricane Katrina, and I know bad stuff happens. But the whole thing is, it's not the matter of when stuff bad happens, it's how you handle it and how you overcome it. And that's kind of like how my entire life has been. It's just been, okay, there's the obstacle, let me just get over this and move on. Not necessarily quite that easily. I know I make it sound really easily, but sometimes it's a mountain, guys, to get over. And just remember, there's always someone there. Don't think there's no one there, guys. If you ever have a problem, or you just want to vent, or you just want somebody to listen to you talk, there's always somebody there, guys. And if there isn't, my messaging is always open. So anyway, guys, that was a little deep for me. Kind of. I'm a pretty open person. If you ask me anything, I'll tell you. But that's it, guys. That's my 5 pops that inspire me. That's it.